This looks like something. The production value went down since the last video episode.
It got worse.
Yeah, we don't have a set. We just have a blank canvas.
Yeah.
If I can do it nicely, I can just put all the B-roll back behind us.
Yeah, so you don't have to cut to it.
Yeah.
We just freeze, and then it plays, and then like we resume our conversation.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let roll the clip, and then we just pause.
Yeah.
And then it plays behind us.
No, we all just do this, and then you pause. I actually like that. That's a good idea.
This the $5 Tuesday podcast.
Diddy's Dungeon moved to a different location this time around. Guess you can't really see a lot of the perimeter, but it's still scary. It's dark. It's dank. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold. We got these nice beers to warm us up. Dale. And we watched Under Siege.
Under Siege, a fine movie that could have been way better.
Yeah. Apparently the best Steven Seagal movie, which
As
I think
far
we
as
learned
like
a lot.
ratings go, it is his most well-known movie, or the movie that got him the most praise.
Yeah.
And like for some reason, got him more work. I don't know why. I will say this: I had so much fun watching this movie, and I'm so happy I finally got to see a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah.
Before he started before he started getting fat and like just talk like he was in like the movie A Glimmer Man. I was just, hey, man.
Yeah.
And just being like a
It's
caricature
all love,
of himself,
partner. It's
essentially.
all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Still talking jive.
It's
He's like
yeah.
80 years old. Or
Yeah.
What the fuck.
And he should. That's just a guy who should not be appropriating any type of like. He's so stoic, stale. Like it just comes off as derogatory, no matter what he does.
Yeah.
It just feels he does like his little foghorn leghorn voice in Under Siege. It feels like contrived or something, just stupid.
But then other times we'll go back to like his normal Steven Seagal, just like wherever he's from, like Midwest fucking like a voice.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's trying to do.
All right, listen up. We got new coordinates for the new landing zone close to the coast. And it's going to be right about him.
I think there was a lot of times during this movie where like we were asking ourselves like, what is the marketability of Steven Seagal? Like why does he have a role that's like ahead of Tommy Lee Jones in this like what I assume is a big budget action movie because there's a lot of fucking explosions and all kinds of
Shot
like
it on a fucking
on a real
decommissioned ship.
decommissioned ship, yeah. And there's some pretty high profile actors in it too. George H.W. Bush is in it too.
A surprising
that couldn't have been
cameo.
cheap. Yeah.
High profile actors such as
Yeah.
George H.W. Bush.
But I think we were just trying to figure out, like, at the time, did producers at large think that Steven Seagal could be their next, like, vehicle to a lot of popular action movies? And, like, is this a good action movie overall? Or is it the best Steven Seagal movie? And I think the conclusion, if I could speak for the group, I think the conclusion that we realize is, like, it is the best Steven Seagal movie, but not because of Steven Seagal. In spite of Steven Seagal in a lot of ways, honestly. Like, just what is wrong with Steven Seagal?
He
Like,
can
just-
only display
Where do you begin?
one emotion, like stoic face.
Yeah.
Where he's just like
No eyebrow action.
eyebrows are down, like
they're fixed
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's
they're
like,
fixed in that
I'm
movie.
just a cook. It's like that's all I do.
And I think I can count on one hand the amount of times he smiles or like emotes kind of in the film.
Yeah, when he like blatantly like grabs the stripper by the back of her head and kisses her unwarrantedly, like when there was like no development throughout the movie that there was any sort of love interest. She kind of plays like this ditzy like damsel in distress, but like at no point is she looking at him and gazing at him like, oh my god. It's just like,
but you know it's coming as you're watching.
Yeah, of
you're
course.
Like,
You
we
know-
know he's gonna kiss the dame at the end of the
Media
movie.
literacy, like you know what's going to happen in that kind of action movie. Like it's just I've seen movies like.
Well, it is, yeah, it's literacy, but it's also like just, I guess it's like knowing what we know about Steven Seagal as he is now in the year of our Lord 2025. like just knowing what like a caricature he is and assuming what you can about the type of movie this is as you're watching it, like just the kind of cheesy, kitschy kind of like we were saying it's like a Die Hard parallel essentially, where it's just like somebody just has to like save the day and there's people like holding hostages and taking over like an area, but just all of that all put together, it's like you just know ultimately like he's gonna kiss a girl at the end of he's gonna kiss the literal Playboy model at the end of the fucking movie. And like he is younger and he's a little slimmer in this movie, but still he's not like that attractive.
He's
lead.
not moving gracefully throughout.
Yeah,
this
he's
movie.
not that either. No.
Dude, he's so stiff in this movie.
We could have a whole conversation about
where
that.
they're literally slowing down shots and rewinding them and speeding them.
Fast forwarding.
So they can get the shot of him doing something remotely cool.
That looks fast paced and like a stunt person actually did it. Mm-hmm. Like that part where he's coming out of the vent.
Yeah. There were scenes particularly where he's like, it's just like an off camera where it's just showing his hand and he's like dicing up like these perfectly cut carrots or throwing a knife in the middle of a dartboard and getting a bullseye. And you can automatically tell that's not his hand.
No.
That's just like some guy who's actually talented.
Yeah.
Like pulling something off that's actually talented.
Yeah. I guess we should probably go back and just kind of, because the beginning of the movie, we were confused almost every scene to happen, like go forward. Mm. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know like what the vibe was of the movie. Yeah. We didn't know.
It's a bait and switch though, so that's kind of the point.
Yeah, but the first mystery that we got solved was that he was just a cook.
Which was fucking jarring.
I did lip service for it because I couldn't accept that that's really what they were going to do. Like, that's too silly. And he mentions in the movie that he's a cook. And I said, I think he just means that he's a good chef. Like the general or whatever says, like, I like him because he's a cook or something like that. The general on the battleship. And you guys paused and you were like, so he's a cook turned action rogue hero? And I was like, that's too silly. They're not going to do that. Like, it just means that he is a good cook, but he's not literally a cook. It's not established at that point. Next scene, he's wearing the fucking emerald, the
chef
stovetop fucking hat.
But it's funny, like before, like the scene that you see of him like in the kitchen, like he goes into like the captain's office, not in uniform, just playing it too cool. And it's like, yeah, man, I don't follow those rules. It's like I live by my own code. And he's just like, next scene, he's just like in full attire.
So that whole reveal, that the quick jarring reveal of him being a chef, we're like, oh my god, he's actually just a chef. And then you do the bait and switch later where he like is other things too. But the logic of the movie is that he was on that ship because he was a chef or a cook.
Yeah.
He wasn't because he was kind of like blacklisted by everybody else.
I don't know, like, should we explain the plot or just kind of get into like what is the bait and switch essentially?
I mean,
like,
we could discuss.
It's not that hard to explain.
No, it's Die Hard but on a boat.
It's Die Hard but on a boat. And the premise of the movie is that
boat hard.
Boat hard.
Sail hard. Explain to us this intricate fucking plot.
The premise of the movie is that the crew of this soon-to-be decommissioned ship, as far as I'm getting from the movie, they do like the whole George H.W. Bush send-off in the beginning of the movie, and
like
they're
Pearl
off.
Harbor anniversary.
Yeah, and I think they're sailing around like Honolulu or Hawaii at large, and on that little journey, after it's been decommissioned officially, the crew of that ship want to give the captain of the ship a surprise birthday party on the vessel itself on this trip. And they don't want the captain to know, and the main commander, Commander Krill.
Who's played by Gary Busey.
Yeah, fantastic.
A young Gary Busey.
A young, suave, charismatic, but you can see the crazy.
Still has those that ghoulish smile.
Yeah, you see, yeah.
Yeah, he has his crazy moments where you kind of see what's coming later on in his life. But they're in there.
Oh, you see it in full
They're
effect.
in there.
Let's go to the clip.
Yeah.
Him growling, that's the little seeds that you see. But he is the orchestrator of this party, and he wants to fly a Playboy mate out who will eventually jump out of a birthday cake. He has a whole band coming. The captain of the ship kind of knows. He tells him ahead of time, but like, hey, don't worry, just like act cool, act like
pretend
you're
it's surprise.
Yeah, pretend it's a surprise, and we'll get you when the time comes. One of the stipulations is that the crew that's being flown in, they have a chef and a caterer and stuff, And Steven Seagal is not, Casey Ryback is not having it. He's like, I'm the only person that cooks for this captain. He likes my cooking. Yeah, he
likes my cooking.
He says it about...
Cut to it. Because he's probably said it like 10 fucking times in that movie.
I know you think he's a good cook.
Well, he's more than a good cook. You have no idea. Now let him be, XO.
Yes, sir.
I'm the only one who cooks for the captain on the ship. You don't like that, you go talk to him, all right? I'm just a cook.
Speed forward, Gary Busey and Steven Seagal get into an altercation because of this, and Steven Seagal kind of like punches him in the face. They go at it, they break it up. He gets thrown in like the freezer or the fridge area, and they lock it, and they have a guy on guard. He's like, "You fucking stay in here. You're not ruining this or whatever." And then the bait and switch happens, kind of, where they fly him in.
It's funny because like in that scene right before he is getting thrown into the meat locker. So Steven Seagal is like kind of known when he was much younger. He was like a very actually well-renowned Aikido master, which is such a funny thing to say out loud.
Explain to the audience what Aikido is.
Aikido is pretty much essentially like an old ancient like Japanese style of martial arts where it was meant to be.
I didn't really think he'd have an answer. I was kind of joking.
It was meant to disarm like people back in the day that were wielding swords and using like your body like momentum to like disarm them and like use your body weight against them. You can kind of see him like using like Steven Seagal would use it like throughout like the movie of using Aikido, but like
it's a lot of
this. Just like
a lot
wrist
of
grabbing and like wrist like fucking crunching, and I'm like you can see him like using it in that first scene right before he gets thrown into like the meat locker, and I'm like I was wondering if he was gonna do it in this movie, and he does it to an excessive amount.
Even before he reveals that he is like the person that he is, which we'll get to, but like, yeah, he's doing it then. Like when he just has that little scrap with like Busey and the fucking his little hoodlums, he's fucking grabs you by the wrist,
he's slapping
flips
him.
You over, yeah, he's slapping him around.
It's got to be like the least cinematic form of martial art fighting.
Oh yeah,
because it looks like a slap fight on film.
It would be better if they just kind of had like if crew members on like a battleship and a chef who you don't really know his background are fighting. Ultimately, like that scene called for like someone throws a haymaker, they fall, they get the Indiana Jones like ham sound like, and then like they like fight, you know, they scrap and then break it up. But I mean, like they have a little fight and it's like all of a sudden like it's like a kung fu movie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that's every fight with Steven Seagal, and
I'm
sure that was by his demand. Why anyone acquiesced to his demands at this point in time, I think it was be a recurring subject in this review where it's like, I don't know what the appeal is. I don't know why he is the lead in like this, I assume, a high budget film. Like he's so just... It just
seemed like he had such a long leash in this movie to the point where I think he made his own dialogue.
Yeah, he definitely put some
like I don't know,
in.
I forget who the director is, insert like right here.
Yeah.
But like...
Director.
But I have to imagine that like he just said whatever he wanted in this movie, and they just gave him all creative like control for his character.
Or it was like one take at the very least.
At the very
least.
Like,
whatever.
Because
that's
like
the best way to
we
do
got
it.
it. Yeah.
He's not going to do it different than
and
that.
cut. Print.
Yeah.
There's
Move
this
on.
one scene in like the movie where he's like talking to like the crew that he just rescued, and he's like, "Well, you got to defend the ship because this is an adventure being in the Navy," as opposed to like saying this is your duty.
Yeah.
Which like adventure is like such a fucking weird saying.
Well, yeah, there's this guy who's like, I'm just a fucking, I do the laundry. I don't want to be involved in combat or whatever. And Steven Seagal's like, we got to fight back, man. You're in the Navy. And then like any audience person that's ever seen a fucking war movie, you're probably expecting him, like you said, to be like, it's your duty. You're a soldier. You're in the Navy. You're a sailor or something like that. He just goes, it's an adventure. Man. So it's just like, where'd that come from?
You're in the Navy, remember? It's not a job, it's an adventure.
All right, so you were saying about the bait and switch?
There's a few bait and switches. So the Tommy Lee Jones character...
Just leading off from like where you were at, where they tell the president there's a surprise party coming. Tommy Lee Jones character. I actually don't remember what...
Not the president.
I said the president. Oh, I meant the captain. Sorry. Leslie Nielsen says like when he's having like a surprise party, but like he says, you know, he's having the surprise party. Then Tommy Lee Jones shows up, who is, what is his character's name? Anyone know?
Skrillex.
Skrillex. Yeah.
We'll just call him Skrillex.
Okay, so Skrillex is showing up, and I'm not still. They don't really explain it. I'm not really still sure what to make of his introduction as a character because he's like wearing like rock star fatigues, presenting himself as a rock star at the birthday party for this general that's on the ship. He's not singing or anything like that, but he's like up on stage with the band. He's playing harmonica and he's singing and stuff. So it's to be assumed that he's like an aging rock star kind of thing, which is embarrassing. Like when you're watching it, it's just like it's like what is this like role? And as the movie goes on, it's like revealed that they're doing the performance and they pause the performance and he kind of asks to the crowd like who's the highest ranking officer here. And they put the spotlight on him and all the guys are just like hey that's cool or whatever, and he stands up. And Tommy Lee Jones is like, it's nice to meet you or whatever. And he just shoots him in the head. And then you realize
right between the eyes.
Yeah. You realize like, oh, he's an inside man. Then the whole thing falls apart. Gary Busey's character, Krill, who had been talking to the general, comes back in his room. And he's dressed in drag. He's dressed in drag, by the way. Guys get a screenshot of that.
Roll the clip.
Yeah.
Listen to the old man. We're going to surprise the captain now. Have a good party. Run along, dear. This way.
It's horrifying. It's really upsetting. And he kills the general, and then it's revealed to you as the audience member. You were eating it up, and I had some reservations. You really liked it a lot.
The fucking scene where he's saying, do I look like I need a psychological evaluation?
Yeah, as he's in all drag. And, but it's revealed that he's working with Tommy Lee Jones. As it goes on, it's revealed that Tommy Lee Jones was a guy who's like a special operative, like fucking CIA. What's it called? Like a sleeper cell kind of fucking thing, like And he didn't really like what was going on with that, so he was they tried to kill him. Yeah. Somehow escaped some other operation that Steven Seagal was also a part of.
Somehow.
Ryback. Yeah. That Feed Me More, the wrestler. It's also revealed that Steven Seagal, the cook, is also somebody who is affiliated with Tommy Lee Jones' character, who's an ex-Navy SEAL. They list off his credentials. Like, they do, like, the classic, like, oh, that's fucking Ryback. You don't know him? He's, like, what are, like...
Was fucking Purple
Heart, Medal of Honor, Silver Cross.
Expert in martial arts. Explosives, weapons, and tactics. Silver Star, Navy Cross. Purple Heart with cluster. And security clearance revoked after Panama. That means he couldn't hold any rating except that of a yeoman or a cook.
Essentially, like, a person with all those accolades was reprimanded, and then they just put him behind the kitchen.
He's a cook.
He's a cook now.
He's Admiral. Yeah.
And on top of him being like an insane like soldier, he's also an incredible chef. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing this man can't do.
That's exactly right. He's actually good at everything he does in this film.
I've never seen plot armor thicker than Steven Seagal.
The part where he's making he's taking apart the missile for some reason, and
he wraps like a condom on it, and then he just
fucking
roll the clip. Yeah. Just roll the clip.
And here in this scene, you can see him just MacGrubbering like this fucking makeshift fucking bomb.
Part of the plot that's also, I guess, important to explain is that on the helicopter that shows up with Tommy Lee Jones and the whole party that's going to show up for the general, there's a Playboy playmate on there, and she's going to do like a little fucking explode out of the cake like dance for the general and the crew and the Navy and everything. And she's, I guess, in the cake as the ship
everyone's
is being taken
down.
Over. Doesn't hear any of that.
For a good 45 minutes.
I would say longer than that.
We don't even see her.
In the film, it's probably like, but I mean, like, if you're thinking about in a broad, like, how long did that all take?
In the reality of the film,
at least an hour or two, probably, is sitting inside of a cake that can't be more than, like, I don't know, the base where she's at, like 4 feet high.
Mm-hmm. It does explain it that later on when she's out of the cake, and Steven Seagal is with her, she explains to him that someone on the ship gave her pills
to calm down
because she was queasy and she fell asleep in there.
So then what provoked her to emerge out of the cake? That she just heard Steven
Seagal moved the cake. And I guess
she was like, it's time?
Yeah,
she was like, oh,
she was like,
cue
oh,
my
shit.
music. Let me just show my tits real quick.
Steven Seagal is like trying to go. He's in the meat locker, like he said. He finds his way out. Now he's like, I got to save the day. Literally Die Hard. Like he's like Bruce Willis is in the office, and then he's in the bowels of the building. I need to stop Hans Gruber. Same thing. Ryback. I need to stop Krill and Tommy Lee Jones, and fucking what's his name in Men in Black?
Will Smith?
No, Tommy Lee Jones.
Agent K.
Agent K.
Need to stop Agent K. Yeah. You could edit it together so I didn't stop to think about that for a minute because I'm smart like that. Need to stop Krill and Agent K. Yeah. She's like, I don't want to be alone. I'm scared or whatever. So then Steven Seagal basically just like ties her at the hip. You have to follow me around in all my action elements trying to like save the day. And
she's got one code. She doesn't date musicians. Or she's got two, actually.
Yeah.
She doesn't date musicians, and she doesn't kill people.
1, I don't date musicians, and 2, I do not kill people, okay?
I think that pretty much wraps up the plot.
And then action sequences happen where he tries to sabotage, little by little, what they're trying to do. It's revealed that Tommy Lee Jones, Agent K, Skrillex, he's trying to get back at the U.S. for trying to kill him and just like get rid of him. So now he's a rogue agent, basically. He's every Mission Impossible guy, a villain. And what he like wants to do, I don't like really understand. He wants to just like kill everybody, kind of.
His motive is just like he's pissed and like he just wants to kill people.
And he's crazy.
Yeah, but there was a funny reveal that while he was like trying to like arm like these bombs that are on like the ship, or he was like on like this little switchboard and making a call to like a submarine, and he was using his code name called Roadrunner. And the guy that was like his partner was like, wait, you're Roadrunner? And he just automatically says, meep, meep. And then cut the scene.
Oh, he was like...
Meet at the birdcage as planned, Roadrunner. Out.
You're the Roadrunner?
Yeah. Never been caught. Meep, meep.
Yeah.
He was like, it was Gary Busey who asked that. He's like, why are you... He was like, you're a Roadrunner? He's like, yeah, I've never been caught. Meep, meep. That's
Perfect.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the strength of the movie and why it might be rated so high, like we were saying before, is not Steven Seagal. It's because the supporting cast is servicing just a good, fun action movie with a lot of cool, like, practical set stuff. Like, we looked it up that it was all filmed on the USS Alabama, decommissioned battleship. Really cool. It's all, like, on site. There's probably some other stuff that's, like, actual, like, sets and stuff like that. But it's never distracting. It's all done really well.
Yeah.
And any of like the rooms where they're in like the commanding rooms, or when they're relaying back to like the United States, like the Pentagon or something like that, there's all kinds of people in there in that department that are trying to figure out how do we like kill Tommy Lee Jones, get the battleship back, and make sure he doesn't launch the nukes because that's his goal. He's just kind of like abstract, like I hate everything, like I'm broken because you put me in so many wars, like I just launched the nukes, fuck it all.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much it is Die Hard. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's Die Hard, but it's Steven Seagal as your pilot in that vehicle.
Just that,
and
just a vacuum of charisma.
Absolutely, yeah. And just
it's funny. Like anytime he tried to be serious in this movie, it was only in a dimly lit room, and like just like a stream of light would capture just like his eyes and like his mouth, like trying to display some sort of emotion. It's like, I'm just here trying to fucking.
It's just trying to be like that, like cool action guy, but it's like.
I feel like he watched Die Hard and said like, I can do better.
Yeah.
He literally did try to do his best Bruce Willis impression.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
But the thing is that like you were saying, like especially when he's like putting shit together and figuring out problems, you said it reminded you of Mission Impossible. There's a lot of parallels to Die Hard. You can think about maybe like some Harrison Ford movies or something like that, where he's maybe trying to play like the stoic, cool, calm and collected, like I got this all figured out, babe, I got it, like kind of thing. But like in our minds, that's kind of how we imagine these people, or like a Sylvester Stallone or Schwarzenegger or something like that. We imagine in our minds that's how they are, how he's acting, how Steven Seagal's acting in this movie. But when you actually go watch those films, especially like a Die Hard, like he's like climbing through the vents and he's just like, and he's like struggling. He's walking through glass and he's having a hard time. Like he is struggling. Like you were saying in Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise, like he fucks up.
Yeah.
And he's like not a goofball, but like he fucks up like sometimes in the movie. And it's like realistic.
Yeah.
And he reacts to that. And it's like, oh shit.
And
like,
that's tension. That's like like tension in a movie. That's
acting.
That's acting. That's acting. And like that's part of the story. And like you want to see
Cut to Ian McKellen's acting. That's acting.
I pretend to be the person I'm portraying in the film or play.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
But like anytime he tried to do any sort of physical action, you can clearly see it's a body double.
Yeah.
There's scenes where, so during the movie there's a submarine that's neighboring the battleship that has people on it who are working with Tommy Lee Jones
and
Gary
rendezvous.
Busey. Yeah, and they're helping them out with like stopping like intercepting missiles, and there's jets that fly over that they blow up, and they're helping them out. But anyway, there's a scene with that where he's in the water. Steven Seagal is in the water, and it's clearly, as you said, it's a guy who's like 20, 30 pounds lighter than him. It's not him.
Skinnier, like this is a scuba diver.
Yeah,
this is not Steven. Yeah, it's not Steven Seagal.
But then there's other scenes where, to his credit, like at the conclusion of the film, well, we need to definitely, there's a lot of clips you got to show from that. But at the conclusion of the film, where him and Tommy Lee Jones, the main terrorist person, meet up, where they have a confrontation and they're fighting one another, I was paying close attention, and especially because we rewound it a couple of times because it's so fucking funny. Like, I was paying attention, and Tommy Lee Jones definitely had an extra. There was a lot of shots where it was focused on Steven, but there's a lot of shots where Seagal is being thrown around, and it's him. It's not an extra. I was paying attention. Yeah. So as far as like the hand-to-hand, it's all him. And
that's
he probably
his bread and
insisted
butter,
on that. Yeah, he insisted on
that.
He
wanted that one.
If he could make a 90-minute movie of just him doing hand fights, he would.
Yeah.
I think there is like a Seagal kung fu movie, right? I don't know what it's called.
Maybe
there is one.
Man.
Well, as he gets later on, he's wearing like the Kung Fu Kenny outfit.
Kimono.
Like like he like
the kimono era of Steven Seagal.
Yeah, he definitely filmed, because whenever I was trying to like fuck around with you guys about like the build up to this and like texting you like gifs of Steven Seagal or whatever, like anytime you look up like Steven Seagal like gifs or like whatever movies, like there is something where like people are running at him and he's just like,
yeah,
and then they like flip
he's, like,
over
sitting in
and
a
like
chair,
yeah.
And he's
so I don't know what that is.
He's doing his fucking feng shui bullshit.
Yeah, whatever that is, that needs to be the encore presentation. We need to watch that.
And he has like how-to videos for that type of martial art, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Dude.
He's like
the clip of him doing Aikido, actually doing Aikido. Some of the kill scenes in this movie are fucking good. Where Steven Seagal just like undoes a rope with an I-beam like being dangled like from the ceiling.
Like a support beam for like a structure, like an iron.
Unhooks the rope and it just lands and impales like this one dude through the stomach.
Yeah.
And you see blood and guts. I'm like,
you see
that's
from, like,
surprising.
Yes. We all drew the line of him being like impervious and like all-knowing, omnipotent.
That's Steven Seagal. He just knows everything.
He knows everything. He knows everything that's going on. What will happen? Remember, he times the bomb in the microwave.
Get in!
And it just so happened to like coincide with like the time that Gary Busey goes down to check on him, and then it just blows up.
It blows up in the microwave, like it's going like 3, 2, 1 in the microwave, and then it blows up.
Yeah, it's like, this guy's good. Like, how do I stop this guy? Holy shit.
Gary Busey's like, what was that? And Tommy Lee Jones is like, there's a damn bomb. He cooked a bomb in a damn microwave.
This guy's professional.
This guy knows what he's doing.
What was that? That was a bomb, jackass. He used the microwave as a detonator. Come here.
It's funny, and like it's schlocky, and like maybe in another movie I would forgive that, like a Roland Emmerich type of like Independence Day whatever. But that's just like the tip of the iceberg in this movie in terms of him knowing exactly what to do at exactly every time.
Being absolutely untouchable. Another scene, he's running down a hall. Well, first he starts at the beginning of a corridor, and I guess there's people from Tommy Lee Jones's team that are trying to stop him or something like that. And he starts at the beginning of the corridor, and he has 2 submachine guns. which if anybody at home or, I mean, any firearm video or anything like that, I don't know a lot about guns, but I know enough that if you shoot something like that, your arm is going to move.
You
know
need to have reinforcement for the recoil.
And he's holding two of these, and he's holding them like this. And he's running down
Cross
the hallway.
mode.
Running down the
and doesn't reload ever.
Not looking at any corridor that he's shooting through.
He just like is like the enemies are here. I'm gonna run down this like terminal in like the bowels of like a battleship and just hold my arms like this
and run straight through.
Just shoot, and he's getting everybody. Perfect fucking.
Just lighting everybody up in the chest and the head. Him getting into a close combat hand-to-hand fight with a random crew member towards the end of the movie, and he takes the guy's throat.
Really explain what you saw, because it's like
I have watched it like 3 times.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that I saw what I saw, and I have never in all my years have I seen.
Well, I've never
as
in all my
Steven would
years.
say, I've never seen in all my years.
Yeah.
I've never seen in movie or film or anything what happens. Go ahead. What happens?
I mean, they're doing the slap fight like he has been doing.
He just stabs one guy in the neck, which is fine. You know, hand-to-hand combatant, whatever.
Yeah, sure. He's out of the picture.
Yeah.
And this other guy, he like does a slap fight. He disarms whatever. Like he takes his wrist, gets him like kind of bends him backwards.
He's going
a little
for
bit.
a kiss.
Yeah, like he's going for a kiss, and then just takes his hand, grabs around his throat, and just rips out like I guess
his thrusty. He rips his thrusty out. I don't know how else to say it.
His esophagus.
With his bare hands.
Like he rips a part of his esophagus out. Like it's just this part here.
Effortlessly.
Effort, like it was already like displaced.
Like I mean, the amount of like grip strength that it would take to do. Forget the fact
that's
that
the Aikido master coming out.
How violent and upsetting that is in of itself. Like it's like
it's horror movie almost.
It's one of those things where it's like it is. It's like your hero wants to stop the bad guys, but it's like to what extent? Like you kind of don't want him to become the villain.
Yeah.
And I think that, like if you want to compare it to Die Hard, like there's the one scene where the blonde-haired goon or whatever, and there's a scene where they're fighting each other, and he wraps the chain around the guy's neck and he pushes him and he like hangs him or whatever in Die Hard.
Yeah.
And it's like that is like the furthest that Bruce Willis goes, but he does it because he's trying to fight him hand to hand. He's like, this guy's fucking huge. Like I outsmart him. I don't really want to kill him like an animal. I don't want to be brutal, but I have to.
Yeah.
Where it's like Steven Seagal just goes for that.
He did not think to do
that. No, he didn't need to do that.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
Right before that scene, him and his crew that he just rescued go into like this station where he has control of like all the missiles on the battleship, and he's trying to sink the submarine that Gary Busey's on, and he's just looking through a fucking telescope and just listing off coordinates without even looking at so much as a map.
Yeah,
and just like
he's like 45.6 degrees north, 139 latitude. You're gonna want to fire it at 215 miles an hour. Okay. He's just looking through like a bird watching, like binoculars.
204 degrees, Callaway. Elevate the barrel. 028 degrees.
End of the movie.
Tommy Coke talk. Shooting trying to explode Hawaii for some reason.
So he decides like the whole thing's kaput. Steven Seagal, Ryback's coming for me. He wants to feed some more. And, like, there's nothing I could do. So he decides he's going to launch a nuke at Hawaii, which I guess is the closest place that they're at. I guess Steven Seagal just kind of finds his way into the captain's quarters where Tommy Lee is.
Yeah.
Right? Just finds his way in there. And then you have the
greatest
hand-to-hand combat scene of all hand-to-hand combat scenes.
The greatest hand-to-hand combat scene.
And they both have a knife. Conveniently, and they decide they're gonna have a knife fight in there, and I don't think my words could do it justice, but I'll try and explain what happens, and then we'll roll the footage. Yeah. But they have a hand-to-hand combat fight. This is the only time Steven Seagal takes damage in the entire film, by the way. Very light grazing on his head that Tommy Lee gets him with, but besides that, he doesn't get shot, blown up, or no, he gets cut on the back.
The anchor that...
Oh, when he goes into the water and then blows up.
Yeah.
The fucking...
He's doing reconnaissance on the submarine and trying to blow it up.
Yeah.
That's aiding the battleship. And the the crew members, instead of shooting at him,
Captain Ahab just
literally Captain Ahab throws the anchor and scratches his back, and they get a piece of his swimsuit. They're like, "Oh, we got him," or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, like, with all the bacteria and barnacles and God knows what on
it's salt water. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's disinfecting.
Yeah.
Plot
so
armor.
He gets cut on the back, and then the playmate fixes it up for him, whatever, and it's fine. Anyway, going back to the final fight. They're fighting each other hand to hand, and it's very Steven Seagal. So it's a lot of like this, and Tommy Lee Jones is doing it too. They're like fucking they're doing this shit, and
he's yes-anding his bullshit.
Yeah.
And
all right, I'll do that too.
In the course of the fight, it needs to be seen to be believed, and we'll show it. But it's like they're fighting, and Steven Seagal disarms Tommy Lee Jones by catching his knife, the sharp end of his knife, in his mouth. He bites down on it, disarms him, and then drives a knife through the top of his head.
The crown of his head?
The crown of his head.
His cranium.
Which, I mean, I would imagine is very hard, very solid to protect your brain. It would be very hard to do with like a Bowie knife or whatever he's holding. Doesn't matter. Drives it in there, grabs him by the fucking belt, and just throws him into like a radar fucking thing or whatever. Just roll the fucking clip. Just show.
Keep the faith, Stranix.
That happens, and it's just like, and he says, what do he say?
He says like, keep the faith, Skrillex.
Yeah.
Because the conversation they had prior to doing their little knife fight thing, Steven Seagal was like, "Oh, we're the same type of person. We were both disowned by the United States." And Tommy Lee Jones was like, "Well, we're not. We're actually different because you still have faith. I don't. You still have faith in the government and all that shit. I don't." And so when he kills him, he's like, "Keep the faith, Skrillex." And that's, I mean, it's kind of a really not a great line. I mean, it would have been better probably from like a Bruce Willis or
like most of the movie
or any other good action.
You could say as a whole of the movie would have been better.
Yes.
Insert actor here, and I would go so far as to say like it is kind of like I wouldn't say beloved, but like people like this movie. Yeah. Generally, it got pretty good review scores or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it would really be like up there as like a fugitive type like action movie that's just always on like television or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't Steven Seagal, I mean, he's holding it back so much, and
all the flaws in the story would have been forgiven if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like the story is overall pretty solid in terms of like a Hollywood blockbuster in the 90s.
Yeah.
The budget is there, like they have the sets.
On-site filming and everything is like cool.
All
like,
looks great. The cinematography is like pretty good most of the time, and like you kind of like I feel like with a submarine or a warship, like the interiors, if it was a low budget, it would always be lacking. Like you kind of believe that it's a ship the entire time when they're in the interiors.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, it literally is.
I mean, I don't know how much was like built sets inside, but like. You couldn't tell. That's the thing. Is that like you can't tell what? So if whatever sets they did build, like they were pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty. The explosions were great. They used a shit ton of squibs, like people like blowing out like blood and stuff on their chests. All of the explosives on set, like I mean, you saw the dummy with the blown hatch door.
Yeah.
And clearly it was a dummy.
Yeah.
But like it was fun. Like that's fun.
Yeah.
That's totally. Yeah. It was a fun movie, and it would have been way more fun if it wasn't. For Steven Seagal.
It's just because it cuts back to him and it's like you just clench you grit your teeth because it's just like this guy thinks he's cool but he's not. And it pisses you off as an audience member. It's like Bruce Willis, Harrison Ford, take your fucking pick, your Schwarzeneggers, whatever, like they're cool because they're just fucking cool. They just are.
You're not a cook.
Yeah, well, I also cook.
Steven Seagal wants you to think that he's cool, and like he's not, and you're not.
Fucking Putin might like you, cunt, but you're not that good.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
He's definitely the weakest point of the film, and I think
the film knows that too. It tries so hard to cut
it works
around
him. And I think the only reason in the first place that we watched this is because it was like, let's watch a Seagal film. What is the best Seagal film? Like. and this is the one. But we realize, like I said in the beginning, is it's not because of him. It's in spite of him. It's like the film overall, everything you just said is true and it's good, but like every time it cuts to him, it's just like, oh my God, you just roll your eyes. Even at the end, after he defeats, I almost said destroys. I'm gonna say destroys because he does. He drives a knife through the top of his head
and gouges his eye out.
Gouges his left eye out, stabs a knife through his skull,
and then throws him in a fucking computer system like garbage, like he's taking out the trash. He destroys Tommy Lee Jones. The penultimate conclusion is that because he is like an ex-Navy SEAL or whatever, they, I guess, like recommend him or whatever for his act of heroism, and they're doing like a service. It's
doing
like
a funeral
for the people
captain.
that died.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the full like Navy fatigues or whatever. And then the playmate that's with him, that was just like a guest, is also in like but she's in a sailor outfit. But she's really not. I mean, she could be there, but she's not.
Was that the outfit that she had throughout the movie, though?
No, she's wearing like the.
She was like a
I don't know what
serviceman's
you call it.
like
the collar, like a navy collar with like the stripes or whatever.
Yeah.
She's wearing that, which is not awarded like just because you were tagged along. Like no, I don't think so. And then they just commend him like for like his like service, and then it fades to black on like
freeze
the
frames. It freeze frames, then fades to black.
Yeah.
Which would be more compelling if it wasn't him.
Yeah.
He's so lame.
The story of this movie, what you just said, it would be more compelling if it wasn't Steven Seagal. That you could just put that underneath like the header of this film, like the poster.
That's it's got to be a quote of a
And
review.
then they made a second fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm not.
With other notable actors.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And then it got like a 30 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Deservedly.
And then the Under Siege 1 has an 82 and like a pretty good audience score too.
Yeah.
Like people like the movie. I guess I would give it.
I mean, I had fun.
I would give it a positive audience.
That deserves a 10 out of 10 from me, dude.
I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 because like every time they cut back to Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones, I'm like fine.
Yeah, it's just like a cool action movie, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
that's like I have a hard time recommending like it's so bad it's good movies because like generally they just make me cringe and I feel like it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where I want to like lean with this movie where it's like, well, it's so bad it's good. It's like fun to watch, but it's like if you just want to watch like. I don't know. Like
this is a good movie to turn on if you're like you're just hungover and don't want to think.
Yeah, a Saturday morning movie.
Yeah.
But like I would say it's too lowbrow for like kind of like what we were doing today. Like just if you're hanging out with your friends and you're just watching like an action movie, I would rather put on a good action movie that has a better lead.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know what it is with Steven Seagal, but every time he's on the screen. It pisses me off. It's just like this guy.
Gives you that bad taste, that aluminum taste.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, yeah.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
A real actor, like a Tommy Lee Jones, I would even say Gary Busey, a real actor, like it's like they work with what they got, and it's like it feels like a movie kind of.
And they try to elevate what they have.
What it is.
The material. Yeah. And like I mean, you were saying like he kind of Steven Seagal kind of probably dictated what was happening with his character, and this is speculation, but I feel like that last shot or that last scene with him and the woman where he goes in for the kiss, I don't think that was scripted. I mean, it could have been, very likely, but like the way they shot it too, like there's no, like it's a wide angle shot. Someone says something to him, he's like, oh, how about this? And he just grabs her and just kisses her, and it's all in one shot. And
Cut to an article of her saying, "He's like, yeah, that wasn't planned."
I just feel like everyone on the crew was just like, cut. Yeah, no, that was totally supposed to happen. Let's put that in the movie because otherwise we'll get sued by her. I just fucking hate it. I just hate everything about him as an actor. He's just so bad.
No, he really is like an annoying actor. It's like really annoying. Like
punchable face.
Yeah.
And just like the way he carries himself, like it just the movie is good in spite of him.
Fucking watching this right now? I hope you're watching this right now.
The movie's good, but like it would have been way, way better. And maybe even a classic like 90s action movie, like Last Action Hero type of thing, if it wasn't for Steven Seagal.
I would recommend it, like what you just said, if you're like hungover and you just want to put some dumb shit on TV, absolutely. But like if you want like a fun act, just like watch like fucking Die Hard.
Yeah.
Like watch like a good
Big
plenty
Trouble
of good
Little
action
China.
movies out there.
You can watch Heat.
Yeah, watch Heat. Just do that. Don't watch this. Don't watch this. Actually, don't watch this.
Now watch it.
Nah.
Maybe watch like the first like 30 minutes, and then turn it off.
No, it gets better after that though.
Just
watch it. Just watch it. I don't care. Just watch it. Whatever. It's like an hour 40 minutes. Just watch it. Whatever.